So NetEase just came out and said that Marvel Rivals will be rolling out improvements to matchmaking and the ranking systems. And the dev matchmaking video drops on August 21st. And it's time for a little bit of a crash out, just a light crash out. But let's go ahead and get into it. YouTube, what's going on, man? It's Father Dark, and I know you all love these crash outs. I try to do them sparingly, but after reading this post from Marvel Rivals Intel, I believe that it was, and the thing is too is you guys can let me know in the comments. I tried to go through the actual Marvel Rivals, their official Twitter page, and I didn't see anything where they said themselves that they would be rolling out any kind of improvements. But Marvel Rivals Intel seldom says anything like that without there being some type of post that they had made at some point or somewhere where they said it, maybe in a video or something. If I missed that, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Either way, I think that this is something that needs to be talked about. Now, there's a lot of people, I see it even in my server, where there's a lot of people that are kind of like jumping the gun, and they're saying like, okay, well, this has got to be them, coming out and saying that EOMM is really a thing. And then you have like these other people on the other side that are basically like, oh, well, let's just wait and see what they have to say. Then you have this other crowd of people that they just, it's like, brother, zip up NetEase when you're done. All right. Like, I get that you like a game, all right? I get that you enjoy it. It's fun for you. This is like the only game right now that is really hitting for you. You don't really have anything else going on. So you have to just kind of like defend this game with your life. It's okay to like something and be able to be critical of the negative aspects of it. Like, that's okay. I feel like a lot of you do not understand that. A lot of you think that, if it's like, if you enjoy something or you like something, you can never, ever critique it ever. It's just like, yeah, well, all the bad things they're doing, let's just only focus on the good things they're doing. You got to stop that. Okay, please just stop. Because what happens is that you allow the negative stuff to slip through. And I know that a lot of you deal with this stuff. I know a lot of you deal with it, because the thing is like, I'll tell you a story about a guy one time came in my comment section. This was back when I made one of the first videos about EOMM. Right. And just kind of talking about it, going off about it. And the guy comes in the comment section, and he wrote this man wrote a small thesis about how, everybody is just bad at the game. And if, he doesn't go on losing streaks, and he doesn't know what anyone's talking about. He's this rank and he wins all of his matches, and he carries everybody all the time. So, just out of curiosity, because this man wrote so much, I'm just like, you could have put 20 comments together and they weren't as long as this guy's one comment. And he's just acting like he is just the best player ever. You would have thought this was a young Necros or something, right? The Kobe Bryant of Marvel Rivals. So I click on his profile just out of curiosity. And what do you know? He's uploaded content of him playing the game. So I go to his page, look at some of the videos, and I see what his username is. I look it up in the tracker, and I go, and lo and behold, I promise you, all right, not making this up at all, this guy had went on a 12-game loss streak that same day. The same day. He literally had just got off the game. I think his last match was probably an hour and a half before he left that comment. He went on a 12-game loss streak. Then proceeds to go into the comment section and tell everybody how they're insane and how they have no idea what they're talking about. This is the problem with a lot of people. They're delusional. And I know that when people have that level of delusion, that there's not much I'm going to be able to say to help them. But as long as me crashing out and going on a rant and telling these people about themselves, as long as it just helps one person come to the realization that, listen, maybe I'm the problem, then I've done the Lord's work for the day, right? Matter of fact, the gameplay that you're seeing in the background right now, this was from yesterday. Yesterday I got on, and immediately I noticed something was wrong. Okay. The first 2 or 3 matches that I had, I believe it was the first 3 matches that I had, they were actual just stomp outs. I mean, the very first match, I believe it was on Clintar, team could not even get to the point. I think they maybe got to the point for about 2 seconds. There was one Hulk on their team that was like the only person that was like, listen, guys, we got to at least touch the point. Everybody else just was afraid to even push up. And when we switched, it was maybe like the first maybe 10 seconds before we actually got to the point. We only had to cap a little bit of the point, just a little bit, because they'd only gotten maybe like just a little scotch on the point. So all we had to do was stand on it for about 3 seconds and we were going to win. Right before we did it, they just ended up surrendering. It was like these weren't even real people. The matches that you're going to be seeing in this video, the first two at least, were the matches that followed. I didn't feel like recording that very first one. All I needed was these first two to prove this point. These teams collectively got as many eliminations as maybe one person on our team. Most of them, if they ever even got to the point, never got to it again. And you know what followed that? Because after that third one, I said, whoa, something's a little weird here. I'm starting to feel it. My spider sense is tingling, right? I'm pretty sure that after that third one, I'm thinking to myself, okay, the shoe's about to be on the other foot. You're going to get 3 of these matches where it's like I could have played it with one hand while I was scrolling Twitter with the other hand, right? Barely even looking, just going off of sound cues, could have won that match or those matches. And now the shoe's going to be on the other foot. No matter what I do, no matter what it is I try. And what do you think happened? As soon as I load into these matches, I can tell off rip that these people are not here to win. Everybody tries to insta-lock the same exact character, not just the same role. It's not like everybody's just loading in. Everybody wants to be a tank or everybody wants to DPS or support. No, you load in, you see 5 people all go for Psylocke. Only reason it wasn't 6 is because I'm a flex. I just wait to see what everybody's going to do. Then you got the 2 people that decide, well, you know what, I'll just pick another DPS. And I'm still going to pick DPS. But these other 3 people, they're just still sitting there, just, on Psylocke, just waiting for somebody else to choose something else. And you know what proceeds to happen? Not a single person on my team got an elimination. Now, you have to ask yourself a question. How in the hell do these people get to the rank that I'm in? This ain't bronze. This ain't silver. This ain't gold. How did you get there? Now, the problem is that a lot of people like to debate over whether the matchmaking is EOMM or if it's skill-based matchmaking, if it's something else. And I know before people even say it's not skill-based matchmaking. No, Sherlock. We get that, okay? That's pretty clear for anybody that's ever played anything other than Marvel Rivals. This ain't skill-based matchmaking. The point I'm making by saying that is that people always get caught up over the semantics of what type of matchmaking it is. That is irrelevant. I don't care what letters you put up there, EOMM, FEOM, whatever. I don't care what you put up there. That is irrelevant. What is relevant is there is clearly something extremely wrong with the matchmaking. Now, this matchmaking is only going to really affect you at certain ranks that are where you're supposed to be at or close to where you're supposed to be at. Now, lower ranks, like extremely low ranks, if you don't belong in those ranks, then it does not affect you as much. It does not matter if your teammates are really bad and the enemies kind of have an idea of what they're doing. You're so far below where you actually belong that you are able to do what's known as carrying. You're able to basically do so much damage, so much healing, whatever it is, that the enemy just can't combat that. Now, once you get up to a point to where your enemies start to even be remotely competent, there is nothing that you by yourself can do. One of the matches of the 3 that we got absolutely dumpstered on after the 3 matches where we were the one dumpstering on people, guys immediately after maybe like the first minute and a half, they always wait till right after that, like that minute period where if they were to leave, we wouldn't take any loss at all, right? One of the guys literally just says, GG, I'm out, and then leaves. The only reason that he came back at all, because he came back in like the last like minute or 2 before we lost. The only reason he came back at all, I'm fairly certain, because this wasn't an accident. He didn't just lag out. He literally said in the chat, GG, I'm out. This is a loss. Then proceeds to leave, and then he comes back. The only reason he did that was because now he's probably racked up enough losses where they were like, yo, you're probably just going to be banned for like the next 2 days or something like that. And he has nothing else that he really wants to play. So he came back and said, I'll come back and I'll just continue to throw or whatever, right? And it's irritating to me how many people really will sit back and tell you with a straight face, like, well, how could they possibly know that this person is going to throw this match? Brother in Christ, okay? Me, I have never left a match ever. Ever. It's never happened. I don't leave matches, especially not ranked matches. I've never left a quick play match, let alone a ranked match. And we're not just talking about this game. This is who you are as a person. See, your habits don't really change. I've said it before. If you're a dirty person, you're a dirty person. I've never been dirty. My house is always just meticulously clean. If your house is dirty and you're okay living in filth, that's how you are. You're just a dirty person. You don't mind it. I do. Now, do I care what your house looks like? No, I couldn't care less because I don't have to live in your house. But at the same time, the point I'm making is your habits don't change. If you're a quitter and you quit things, you give up when things are hard, that's who you are. You think the game doesn't know that? How do you think they give out penalties for you quitting? Why do you think they even implemented the penalties to begin with? Because people quit. They added a surrender button, and y'all can't wait to press that surrender button. And, just one other thing, too, while I'm crashing out really quick, and it's just something I got to be honest about. Now, let me preface what I'm about to say really quick. I don't have any beef with console players whatsoever, okay? I have zero beef with console players. Matter of fact, one of the mods in my Discord server, his name is Fade. Shout out to Fade really quick. Fade is a console player who stands above the rest. Fade is what's known in our server as an upper moon. We had to start making rankings for people that opt in for that so that we could make more balanced teams when we're doing like customs and different things like that, so you don't end up stacking a whole bunch of upper moons. And basically what upper moon means is just like you're one of the top players in the server, right? It's very seldom that you're going to lose when there's any type of competitive integrity with our matchmaking that we kind of implement where we balance out teams and stuff in our server, right? Fade is a console player, and Fade regularly dumpsters all over people that are on PC. But he's what's known as an exception. Fade is an exception. See, the thing is that I've played on console before. I own a console. It's right here in front of me, right next to my PC. And there was a time where I had to do a console run because people just kept saying, let's see, how you perform on console compared to PC. Let's see if you could beat your top rank, or if it's going to be just as hard for you, or if you can only get to a lower rank. Let's see. 3 days of playing for just a couple of hours a day, I was able to easily 90% win rate, breeze past my rank. And there's a lot of you that come in the comment section, or you just open your mouth and you start speaking about matchmaking and all this other stuff when you are playing in literal, like, just the equivalent of like elementary school lobbies when the rest of us are in college. We're playing college ball. You're sitting here shooting the ball on one of them little, what are they, little tiny tyke basketball goals I'm talking about? About 4 foot tall. And you sitting here talking to people about, oh, well, yeah, I rate your GM every season. Brother, anything less would just be preposterous. What are we talking about here? Two completely different things that we're talking about here. You're getting two completely different experiences. This is the only game I ever played where they separate rank based off of platform, because a lot of y'all are scary. And then you got the audacity to go into a chat and be like, yo, EOMM ain't real, man. Not matchmaking's just fine, man. No, it's cool. Until it affects you adversely. And that's something that irritates me because it's something that needs to be talked about. Is that to say that every single console player is bad? No, I just sat here and gave you a prime example of someone that I know that is better at the game than me that is on console. But unfortunately, like I said, that's an exception. Most of y'all ain't like that. Most of y'all ain't built like that. And it just kills me because I just see why scammers exist. Like, I'm always wondering, like, how do people fall for like scammers? It's very obvious that somebody is scamming, right? You get those calls and they're just like, oh man, you owe the IRS all this money. Just send me a Best Buy gift card and it'll take care of it. You all of those people. You're the people that pick up the phone and go, oh my God, the IRS would totally call me and tell me I need to pay off all my back taxes and Best Buy gift cards that I got to send to Saudi Arabia or something. That's who you are. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Why would they come out and say, guys, our matchmaking, we're so confident in it, man. We're going to drop this video for you. Everybody's like, oh, see, guys, we told you, look, they're going to drop a video, man. And why would they lie to us? Brother, do you think these people care about you? Do you honestly think they care about you? I probably care more about you than they do. You are a dollar sign to them. That's all you are. I actually talk to you all. How many content creators do you get replies from? How many of them, realistically? How many people do you go in the comment section and they actually reply to you? How many people, content creators, do you know that you go join their Discord and you'll actually be able to talk to them? Not saying it doesn't happen sometimes, but how often does it actually happen? That's what I've built my whole entire platform off of. I'm accessible. You want to talk to me? It ain't that hard. Leave a comment. Come to the Discord. I'm accessible. I'm here. I don't lie to you all. If I say something, I'll show you proof. We sit here talking right now about something and I'm showing it to you. If you choose to disregard what I'm showing you, that's on you. You don't want to believe. That's why they say ignorance is bliss. It takes way less energy to be concerned with things that we should be concerned with and just ignore them than to do the contrary. And like I said, too, get NetEase's out your mouth, man. Like, seriously, just take it out already. It's okay to criticize these people. Do you honestly think, like let's just be real here. You honestly think that they're going to sit here and say, we need to fix the matchmaking if there wasn't issues with the matchmaking to begin with? Now, does that mean that it's EOMM exactly by whatever that exact definition of it is? No. But does it also mean that they know good and damn well, because they're the ones that created it, that every now and again you get matches like this where it's like you can feel it? You're like, listen, this is a little weird. My enemies were giving me zero kickback. Were they even real people? And you start to feel it. You feel that spider sense tingling. Like, oh God, I'm about to get slapped with EOMM or whatever kind of weird matchmaking system they got. And then it happens. And it's always like the same way. It's like, oh, you get 3 of these wins and you get 3 of these losses. And these are losses that you could do absolutely nothing. They don't care who you are. Necros, Flats, Boger themselves wouldn't be able to turn around matches like this. I have zero problem when I have matches that are actual, genuine matches where my team has people that have an understanding of what the basics. I'm not saying they got to be the best players in the world, because I'm not. Just the basic understanding of how to play the game. And the enemy team has an understanding of how to play the game. And we're fighting, we're trading, things feel equal, they feel fair. That's how it should be. But then you have these matches where you have people trapped in their spawn. How are you trapped in spawn? You're invincible in spawn. The enemy should be afraid to come anywhere near your spawn. What are we talking about? Unless there is a just ridiculously amount of people that are being boosted up to these ranks that don't deserve to be there. Because the matchmaking is putting them with people who can carry them up to this rank. And then they get here and they have no clue what to do here. Not a single clue. It's just crazy to me, man. It's just absolutely crazy to me how people really will sit back and look you dead in your face and be like, nah, man, the matchmaking's just fine. And then you go and look at their history and you see them getting hit with crazy matchmaking. You see it. They definitely got to see it. They're the ones experience it. But these are the same people that will go through their partner's phone and see them cheating on them all day long and say, you know what? Nah, man, it's just... Yeah, it wasn't really that deep, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really love them. You know what I mean? It wasn't really that serious. Brother, you're in denial, okay? Go look in the mirror, man. Do some reflecting. Because like, this ain't it. And like I said, it's just irritating to me because I know that everybody experiences it. It's the matchmaking. It's not like it's selective matchmaking, like certain people don't deal with it and others do and all this other crap. No. And people always love to say, well, how do you think that these people climb up to this rank? Because that's where they should be at, bro. You're missing the point. Eventually, you're going to get to the rank that you belong at. If you are someone who is hard stuck in bronze and you have never left bronze, that's where you belong at. You are a bronze player. If you're hard stuck in gold, silver, platinum, diamond, whatever, that is the rank that you currently need to be at. The problem is, though, is that a lot of times you're getting handed artificial wins and artificial losses. It's not all the time. There are times where I have matches that are fair. They're extremely close. You can tell everyone deserves to be where they are. And there's these other times where I load in, just like the matches you saw in the beginning of the video, where you're like, how the hell did you get here? Ain't no way. that 5 out of 6 of you have no idea what's going on. You can always identify that one guy who does deserve to be there, who's doing everything in his power to try to carry, but he's got 5, just bots on his team. It's obvious as day. And people will still sit back and tell you, nah, man. Nah, I could review that VOD for you, man. I could coach you. I could make you better. If you don't shut your goofy ass up. And what's funny is half these people saying this on a console. Scared to ever touch a PC because they know what time it would be. Y'all don't even got the same metas. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here because I'm gonna wait to go in a bit further until what is it, August 21st? What is that? This coming up Friday, or no? What is that? That's actually tomorrow, Thursday, when they drop this video for the matchmaking. And the thing that's funny about that is that nobody thinks it's kind of weird that they said that when they drop the matchmaking video, they're gonna make changes to the matchmaking. Does that not feel like damage control to anybody? I mean, come on. I can't think for you, man. You got to think for yourself. All right. But sitting here and just living in denial, who is that benefiting? It ain't benefiting you. You do realize your life could be easier. Like, just imagine if you were playing ranked and your teammates actually were around the same skill level as you. Wouldn't that be crazy? Don't you think that'd be like a crazy world to live in? Wild idea, I know, right? Playing ranked and your teammates are actually a similar rank to you. Would you still take losses? Yes, of course you would. It's ranked. You're not supposed to win every single time. But would it be this massive disparity to where it's either stomp or be stomped? Does that sound like a fun time? Maybe it is a fun time to you. Maybe it is. Maybe you all are scared of fair matchmaking because maybe then you wouldn't be able to get boosted up to ranks that you don't belong in. Kind of like why a lot of you got all scared and freaked out when it was like, oh, I can't play with full stacks anymore. Why? Because you're scared that your individual skill isn't enough to do anything? Huh? Or was it the matchmaking that you all said was completely fair and totally unbiased or anything? Huh? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call Cap, a whole Captain America. You're an actual goofy if you think that I can't see what the hell's going on. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, though. So let me know in the comments what you all think. If you can't do it in a way to where you can articulate yourself like an adult and you want to hurl around insults, I can do that because this is my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want to. That's what happens when you build a platform up for yourself and you actually put the time and energy in. But if you want to come in the comments talking crazy, we'll go ahead and hit you with that infinite mute button and you can talk to yourself in a ever-growing black hole. So yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited to see this video? Do you believe them? Do you think that they're actually going to make any kind of changes? What kind of changes do you think they're going to make? And what kind of changes do you think they're going to make to the rank system? And what was up with? Didn't they say we're supposed to get a new ranked mode or some type of something with ranked or something, and then just we never heard about that again? What's up with that? Yeah, so there's a lot of questions, but you guys feel free to answer them in the comments respectfully. If you don't, we go ahead and get you right the hell on up out of here, because that's kind of where I'm just at with it, because a lot of you just think you can just come up in the comments and just call everybody everything except a child of God, and that's going to be acceptable, and it is no way, shape, or form ever going to be tolerated up in here. You might be able to get away with that nonsense somewhere else, but not up in here though. So yeah, is what it is. But yeah, I'm Father Dark. I'll catch you guys on the next one.